Welcome, Cougar fans. We're going to do a session this morning with Matt Guiliano, the head baseball coach for the University of Sioux Falls. He's going to preview the season, which actually kicks off this weekend when they play Metro State for 3 games. Coach, tell us how the preseason of the season is going so far. You have a bunch of young players coming in, mixing with some veterans. Talk about that.
Yeah, we have a lot of new guys. We only have a couple guys on the mound returning, in Henry Ojeda and then Eric Brothers. In the field, Gutter Peterson, Trevor Crow, and Noah Durkin will be there as everyday guys. But everywhere else is new. We're all freshmen, and then there's a couple sophomores. We got a sophomore behind the plate, starting with Michael Downs. At first, freshman is Tony Stanich, freshman at second with Jarvis. Third base is a freshman, Oltoff. And then our other outfielder is Robbie Johnson. He's also a freshman. So with all that stuff and being young and a lot of new guys to the college game, it's been a lot of explaining that the pace is going to pick up, and been trying to simulate that stuff in practice and give them situations, scenarios, how do they react, those kind of things, and kind of coach them through that and just get them ready for those situations. This isn't high school anymore, it's college. But I also want to understand it's still baseball. It's not that big of a jump. They just need to understand that and relax when they're playing.
They're ready for games, though, aren't they?
Oh, they're chomping at the bit. We're ready to go. The guys want to get on the bus tomorrow when we leave and go out to Denver. Started with Metro. I'm ready to see them on the field against somebody else and see exactly where we're at. So I know they're excited.
You know, pitching's always a big factor in baseball. Obviously, you have one of the league's best coming back in Henry Ojeda. Talk about the kind of player Henry is, but also how important he's going to be to your pitching staff, and how you feel about your staff overall.
Our pitching staff overall is going to be a little on the thinner side of things as far as depth goes. We're young as well on there again, but Ojeda, he's going to be huge for us. If he's not coming in every game and getting deep and have quality starts, it's going to be a struggle with our pen, and so we're leaning a lot on him. We got a lot riding on him. He's up for the challenge. He thrives under pressure. So I'm confident he'll do just fine, and I'm sure our guys will rally behind him on times when he is struggling. We'll give him a little more run support when those times are happening, but I'm pretty confident about where he's at.
He really had a good end of the year where he gave up only, I think it was 2 runs in his last 4 outings, and really was one of the league's top pitchers at the end of the year. So he's the kind of guy that you like to start your pitching staff with, right?
Yes. And last year, the reason why he did so much better in the second half, he finally got a feel for some of his off-speed pitches, and he really started to control those, and it was fun to watch. So I'm hoping he picks up right where he left off.
On the offensive side of things, you got Noah Durkin, 361 hitter a year ago. He's really a table setter probably for you guys, isn't he?
He'll be probably leading off for us or hitting in the 3-hole, depending what we decide to go with as far as our batting order goes. But Durkin, he's just constant to play. It's funny because there was times where we thought he was struggling, and we would look at the box score and he had 2 hits, or he was getting on base. He just finds a way on. He's just a competitor. He's perfect to be up in the top of our order, and we rely heavily on him to get us going.
Trevor Crow is another player that is going to play a lot for you, and Gutter Peterson's another returner. Those guys will have to add some veteran leadership to your group because you have such young players. Is there somebody in that young group that you really think can hit the ball for you?
I think a lot of them can. Third baseman, Tanner Oltoff. Even the first baseman, Tony Stanich, he'll be presence in the middle of the order. Oltoff as well. Jarvis, our second baseman, is probably going to be hitting the 2-hole or leading off. So there's a lot of those freshman guys that are in. Robbie Johnson can also swing it. They all really can.
Good.
We got the talent. We just need to see if it starts transitioning to the college level and see what they can do.
Talk about Metro State. Beginning there, it's going to be 60, maybe almost 70 degrees when you guys are playing. Hopefully the temperature holds out. But talk about playing Metro State and what the challenge is with that team.
Well, they kind of got a jump on us. I think they've already played 6 games. They went down and played Emporia. Got beat a little bit, but Emporia's a good team, and Metro's supposed to be good. They return a lot of guys. Some of their pitchers are going to be there. They're going to throw strikes. They're not going to walk too many guys. They're going to challenge us as hitters. Their hitters do not miss fastballs at all. You miss anything out over the plate, off speed or fastball for that matter, over the plate. Don't be surprised it's going over the fence about 450 feet. So it's they can swing it. They got some power, they got some pop, and then also the whole altitude thing, being right there in Denver. The ball's going to fly out there. So it's going to be a challenge for us to be in our first game, our first series, going up against somebody who's already been out there, got a feel for the game against outside opponents and all that. So
all these games, and then you play, what is it, CSU Pueblo in the next week. All these games, early season games, will help you prepare for what will be a pretty good Northern Sun conference this year. Talk a little bit about the Northern Sun and what your expectations for this group are.
Well, with the preseason stuff and all these games leading up to the Northern Sun, that's for us to kind of find out exactly where we're at, what our guys are all about, get that chemistry going on the field, and figure out a lineup that actually makes sense, getting us into that Northern Sun. That Northern Sun Conference, and it's one of the best in the nation in Division II baseball. And from top to bottom, anybody can run through it. Your Mankato's, your St. Clouds, Augustana proved that last year. Won the conference tournament, went down into the region. Mankato ended up winning the regional. It's a tough conference. I mean, we have to be playing our best baseball every week to get in there. And our goal this season is simply just to try to find a way to the postseason. Whether it's a 3 seed, 4 seed, 8 seed, we don't care. We just want somewhere in that postseason, give us a chance at that point. Hopefully we start playing our best baseball at the end of the year and see what happens.
And finally, finish up on the whole idea of what do you like best about your team? What makes this team kind of special right now?
Right now our guys are having fun, and I hope I can say this, but I think they're young and dumb enough to not realize the situation they're in. So I think we're going to be all right. I think it'll be fun to watch. They're going to make those young mistakes, but I think they're just dumb enough to where they don't understand what exactly is going on, and I think they're just going to play, and it'll be fun.
Youth can play a charm. It can go both ways, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Coach. Again, the Cougars open the season this weekend, doubleheader on Saturday, and then play again on Sunday at Metro State. Check in on Twitter and on the website for results of the Cougars this year. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.